Why should you make videos for social media or just in general? It's when I work with businesses, I do marketing, consulting, the social media and digital marketing with businesses. And one of the biggest things that I push is you guys need to make some videos. And the one thing they push back with is why? Text always works for ads. Images work for ads. I'm not discounting the fact that text and images can't work for ads. They do. They always will work, okay? But video's always going to work better over top, overall. All right, now why is that? Well, let's think back to like the beginning of the internet and just go back to maybe 5-10 years ago. Why weren't there as many videos on the internet? Why was everything more, message boards? Why were, people posting images instead of videos? Because you weren't able to post real high quality videos yet. We didn't have the technology. We didn't have this phone, these devices in our hands all the time that gave us this access. So you may say to yourself, like, well, we've gotten great results. We've gone along just fine all this time without uploading videos. Yeah, because you weren't really able to that easily, and nobody else was either. But if you go back through the history of time, going back to the silent films and movie theaters, like, people always want video. Video is always where people interact and engage the best, right? So just think about the fact that, and I use this as an example all the time. And listen, I'm not discounting text. I'm not discounting image, ads or posts. Those can work, but you need variety. But really, when it gets down to it, it doesn't take a lot of skill necessarily to make a really good image ad. It does take a certain amount of skill to make a decent video ad that people are going to pay attention to. And that's because you have to practice it. You have to get on camera and do what I'm doing right now. You must practice. This right here for me, even though I'm hopefully helping you, is practice for myself. And I hope you understand the major benefit there. Okay, there's a major benefit to breaking down the walls of trust in your business when customers come or clients come and look at what you do. When you can break down these walls, things move much faster. Video helps you to break down those walls a lot faster. Why is that? Well, think about the fact, and I always use a gym as an example, because people who don't go to the gym are intimidated by gyms. It's scary. They're afraid to walk into a gym. You don't know what it's going to look like. You don't know what the people there are going to be like. Are there a bunch of meatheads who are clanging weights around and making you feel intimidated? Are there, women in there who are in much better shape than you are, who make you feel intimidated? Like, what's the situation like? What's the front desk like? Who's there when you walk in and you are introduced to somebody? Those are fears that people have that'll run through their minds and will hold them back from ever going to your gym. Now, if you can make videos, if you can get comfortable, and I'm not saying the videos have to be great. I'm not saying you have to be great. I'm not saying you have to get on camera and talk for 5 or 10 minutes. If you can, that's amazing. But start small, start little. Like, can you make a 30-second video? Can you make a 15-second video? Can you make that then a minute video, 2 minutes, whatever it might be? Because here's just the main point is you're helping to break down the walls so people can trust you, so they feel comfortable with you. They feel like they've already met you. They feel like they've already been inside your business before they ever even get to your business. Before they even walk into the door, they felt like they've already been there. They already know who's going to greet them. They already know what the atmosphere is like. That is super, super important. Very important. Unless your business is garbage and everybody in there's a jerk and you don't want to talk to anybody and you don't want anybody to come in, then don't make any videos. But if you believe in your product, if you believe in what you do, you're going to want people to come and check out your videos. And you're going to want to get better on video. You're going to want to be able to express yourself just like you would express yourself in front of somebody else, in front of a person, right? When you're selling your business to somebody, to a client or customer, and you can look them in the eye and know for a fact that you're giving them quality information and you're giving them a quality product, that's when somebody starts to buy from you, when they believe you in that sense. But the problem is, if you're only able to do that one-on-one in front of people in real life, in human form, then you can only touch so many people at a time. But when you can make a video and touch everybody and look, into the camera and show what you do, show your expertise, show your knowledge, and you can express that well while staring at a video, staring into a camera, having them watch you, then you can touch not just one person at a time, but 100, 1,000, 10,000, a million, right? You get the idea. You can touch everybody because they could just watch your video to help you break down those walls. Now, if you make one video and do that well, that's awesome. But here's the thing. That one video may not break down the trust barrier. You need to remind people again and again and again of what you do. So when you start showing them things that you do again and again and again, then what happens is they finally realize this person is the real deal. They didn't just make one video and practiced it 100 times and had somebody shoot it for them and produce it and edit it, and they maybe messed up 40 times trying to say what they were going to say, and they were reading from a script and they messed up on the script. If you can get one solid video, that's great. But when you can get tons of videos and lots of content, and each time you're on there, you might flub, you might mess something up. It's not totally perfect. That's good. I enjoy seeing that. A lot of people do enjoy seeing that. That makes them understand they're watching a real person. They're not watching somebody who's reading from a script. They're not watching somebody who's totally produced all the time. And that separates you from them. It separates you from everybody else, because nobody else is doing what you're doing when you get really good at video. I guarantee you this, unless you're in like a big city or there's lots of competition in your field. If you're in a small to medium-sized city and a small to medium-sized business, there's a good chance that nobody else in your area is doing lots of video. And there's no chance that anybody out there in your area is diligently going after this on a daily basis. So how can you diligently go after it? This is a suggestion I use. Like, just shoot videos on your phone. Don't ever release them. Just practice making videos. It's that easy. Just practice making the videos. It's so simple, right? Like, schedule out a time in your calendar every single day for 2 to 5 minutes. You turn your phone on and you make a video. You could shoot it in your car. You could shoot it in your bedroom. You could shoot it in the bathroom, in your office when nobody's there yet. Do it somewhere where nobody's there. You don't feel awkward. You don't feel uncomfortable. And then you can slowly get yourself into more uncomfortable situations, like where you're filming, videos outside, or you're shooting them on the fly, or whatever it might be. But I'm telling you, just make videos and don't release them, and get that practice in. Because what you'll notice over 2 weeks, what you'll notice over a month, what you'll notice over 2 months is that before you know it, you'll be able to get on and shoot a video, and it's not even a question anymore. You're not scared anymore. You're not hesitant anymore. And that's something I like to teach. I like to teach this because this is the way we're all heading. Like, video is so accessible now. Anybody can make it. Anybody can access it. Anybody can edit it. Anybody can upload it and run it as an ad. It's getting easier and easier. Now comes the time when, is it getting easier for you? Are you getting less scared? Are you less timid? Do you feel more comfortable in front of a camera? Do you feel like you can express yourself in front of a camera? Do you feel like you can connect with somebody and describe to them what you do in front of that camera? That is the differentiating factor between you and everybody else. How quickly can you get comfortable? And how can you get more comfortable quickly? Do this on a daily basis. Practice this on a daily basis. Put it out there to the world if you want to, on a daily basis. But either way, you've got to be doing it. You've got to be practicing it. It's very important. So, maybe this is something you're hearing me say this. These words are true, because trust me, these words are true. This is 100%. I am not the end all be all when it comes to social media. I just follow people who really know what they're talking about, who really put the work in, and who are incredibly successful. Okay, people like Tai Lopez or Grant Cardone, or Tim Ferriss, or Tony Robbins, or whoever it might be, like going down the list of people who are not afraid to put themselves out there in front of the camera, who know what they're talking about. Ed Mylett, Billie Jean. Look up these people. Look up what they do. Study them, and you'll find out that I know what I'm talking about, not because I'm so smart, because I've learned from other people, and they've learned from others, and they know what they're talking about. It's just, the proof is in the pudding, and the pudding is in making video. And I'm getting hungry for pudding right now. That's not what I meant to do. What I meant to do was to inspire you to try, to practice, to break that fear, because all it is just, think of it this way. This is the best way I can put it. Now, I'll end with this. When you talk to somebody in person, right, face to face, man to man, or woman to woman, or woman to man, or man to woman, or you get the idea. They see you, they know what you look like, they know what you sound like, and they're okay with it. They're still talking to you, aren't they? They still do business with you, don't they? They're still friends with you, right? They're still family with you. They still consider you somebody in their life. They're not ashamed of you, right? Okay? They don't care how you look and sound. It's just you, because you're not used to seeing it. You're not used to seeing yourself back. That's the scary part. I mean, think about, like, in the history of the world, mirrors aren't even that old. Like, throughout the history of humanity, mirrors aren't that old. So even just being able to see yourself in the mirror is one thing, right? But then being able to see yourself, being able to record yourself audio and video, and then watch it back is something that our brains are not ready for it. I don't know if they ever will be. When will we adjust to that? I don't know. But our brains are not ready to hear and see what we actually in real life sound and look like. So our brains reject that because we're just not used to it, okay? Everybody else is used to it. You see other people, you talk to them, it's no big deal, it's fine. Yet if you would then get in front of a camera and have to talk and then have to watch yourself back, it's terrifying. You don't know how you look. You don't know the facial expressions that you make. You don't know how your voice sounds. All these things are like unknown worlds to you. And when things are unknown to your brain freaks out. Your brain doesn't like that. So the more you can do it and the more you can be comfortable with, like, hey, listen, this is who I am. It's a great self-awareness practice as well. Like, this is who I am. This is what I sound like. And if you find mannerisms you don't like, you can probably tweak those because you're aware now. So hopefully now this video has helped you. Hopefully this is beneficial to you. If it is, please leave a comment. Write me a message. If there's a button somewhere on here, click the button down here. You can learn more about me. You can check out my website and kind of check out my journey to where I am right now, doing marketing, doing consulting for social media, running my own podcast. I've been doing that for 4 years. I'm on the radio every single day. I host a radio show every single day. I do vlogs. I do videos like this, informational videos, because I know that it's going to move me forward, not just in my business, but personally. My personal development's going to increase because I'm able to do these things, and I'm able to do them with much more ease. There's a lot of stepping stones. There'll be a lot of challenges in your way. It can get very frustrating, but anything that is worth doing is going to be difficult. It's difficult, and that means that not many other people are doing it. They're not willing to push through and do it. So when you do it, and you do it well, and you do it consistently, you'll have breakthroughs, and you'll move higher than they ever could because you're willing to step outside of your comfort zone. You're willing to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation to grow and get better. And when you get better, the sky's the limit. I hope this helped. Click the link above to learn more. If you want a free brainstorm session, we can brainstorm about whatever you want. All right, let's brainstorm about it. Is it your business? Is it your brand? Is it just you personally? I'll give you 30 minutes of my time, okay? So click the button below or the link above. Thank you for watching, and I hope this was helpful, and I'll talk to you next time. I'm going to hit stop on the video now. All right. No editing. Okay, you just know there's no editing here. I'm ending it now. All right, later.